How are you there, Mr. Ken? Can you hear me, Ken? Can you hear me, Ken?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks.
Cool. We missed you last Saturday. I thought you were probably coming to the Subject 2 workshop.
No, I had something else I had to do. I wanted to, but I didn't make it. So I've got uh, I've got some documents on that I made a meeting one time on that W-2. I mean, what we were talking about.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. I guess it's still the same thing on subject two, basically the same thing. It was a
Oh,
meeting. I forgot. I forgot
yeah.
what meeting it was, but I've got the documents on to one meeting that we had one time at a restaurant, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
You had a speaker there.
So this was Saturday was a workshop, Ken, where we went through in much more detail, step by step, and part of that package is also all the forms and stuff. So they're going to get, I'm getting ready to put it all up online. They'll get all the video, all the audio. They'll have my presentation, which I keep fine tuning and adding more and more to it. And it was really good on deal structuring, different scenarios, how to put those together. And then all the forms that you need to do a subject to deal, not including land trust documents, but if you just went and bought it in your entity in your name, then I'm providing all those forms. I was kind of crazy for doing that, but that is what I offered. So that'll be available if you are interested later. It'll be available for purchase online. So it'll be a lot different than in the past. I've never been able to put it together so it can be sold, but that'll be available for download.
Okay.
So, but it was good. It was good. So right now it's you and I. So far, there's no others. We had several others register for today, but nobody else has actually uh, logged in. So, I'm happy to answer any questions you have, and it's you and me for a while here.
But right now, the I've been trying to locate some properties, but I found one out here the other day, and I went and looked at it. That was the worst piece of property I ever saw in my life, and it was here in Granbury. But shoot, I wouldn't even offer a bet on that. They wanted $62,000 for it, and when I went out and looked at it,
You got to look. I mean,
yeah, I got to look at it, and there was somebody there that was showing it, so I just went on in because it normally would have been locked. And I tell you what, this had got to be a mobile home to start with,
oh,
and
really?
or something because it was built on a hill that was down like this, and the property sat right here, and it was beginning to break loose. I mean, the wall was beginning to go, and not only that, but I mean, it was just terrible, absolutely terrible. So I was going to bid on that property. I told the realtor it was listed MLS. I told the realtor that I wouldn't offer over $30,000 if I was interested in it, but it would take. I know it would take $50,000, $60,000 to put that thing back up in shape. I
Sounds
mean,
like a bulldozer.
that's about what it is. I don't know who in the world bought the property, but and it's in amongst a lot of mobile homes anyway. I didn't know that either. So
There,
it just wasn't worth it.
there is a lot of those down there in Granbury like that.
Well, some of these mobile homes, I've been very skeptical about the mobile homes. Uh, But there's an area that I've got a house in. My rental property is out in Indian Harbor. And there's a mobile section of mobile homes out there that are pretty, yeah, mobile homes, that's pretty nice looking stuff.
Yep.
And every now and then, one comes on the market. Well, one came on the market recently, but before I was trying to get to look at it, and they had been out of town. And I finally called them and I got in touch with them, and they were coming back in and they pulled it off the market. They decided they weren't going to sell it.
Yep.
They were originally going to transfer out, but then they changed their mind. So that would have been a good property.
Yeah. Hey, while I'm thinking of it, if you ever get to the point where you decide you're going to start downsizing, whether it's your house or your rental property, please keep me in mind. Call me first.
Okay.
So we got a couple other folks coming on the line here now. Hey, Mark, welcome.
Hey, what's going on?
You doing all right?
Yeah, doing good.
Good, good. And we got James coming in here, and okay, now we're getting some folks. Jason. Welcome, everybody. So we got a pretty small group today, and Ken and I were just sitting here chatting and waiting for other folks to come online. And you're welcome to unmute yourself, and as long as you got peace and quiet in the background, we can just chit chat here amongst us and talk about anything we want to talk about. So who's got the first? I see several faces on the call that were here Saturday in the workshop, so I hope everybody enjoyed that. Boy, I was exhausted when I was done that day.
I bet you were.
And just so you know, I've just about got my presentation updated. We're uploading audio and we got video coming, so you'll see all that stuff in the forms package in the next day or two. So anyhow, who's got the first question we want to talk about? Come on now, somebody's got to come in here and have a question about something.
Well, so Tim, what I'm dealing with is I'm trying to find a home for a group home. You know,
Yes, sir.
I'm working on developing a group home business.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of thought about stepping back and maybe trying to do subject to deals to find a good property to hold on to for a group home. I don't know if that's a good strategy or not. It's kind of frustrating. I haven't been able to find a house to rent or to.
So let me just, you and I have chatted a couple times about what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And back when you and I first met, I told you that I've had a couple renters doing the group home thing in my houses, and it lasted for a couple of years. It went pretty good, and then I don't know if they just got out of the business or what, but they stopped using the house. But my houses were really nice. But for your perspective, to me, as long as you go into the deal, first off, let me say, if you bought a house subject to, I know you've been working on coming up with partners too, but if you bought a house subject to, that eliminates a lot of your finance piece of what you're working on.
Right.
Because, you can find nice houses and then have very little money required to go into those houses for both the purchase as well as the fix up. Now, I would imagine for a group home, you're going to have certain criteria that you're going to need to make it a group home. But maintenance and upkeep is going to be, it could be a lot, it could be a little bit, but what it does do for you is it really does cut down on the funding that you need to purchase that home.
Right.
The only thing I would caution you on is, as I talked a little bit about this on Saturday, but when you talk about expectations and success and setting expectations with your sellers, make sure they know what your strategy is so that they're not pounding on your door a year later expecting their underlying mortgage to be paid off.
Right.
So as long as, and I'm here to tell you that there are people out there that don't really care. Their priority is going to be taking the debt off their back. And if what we talked about, what we suspect really does happen with the wave of pre-foreclosures coming, you're gonna have a lot of those kind of people. All they're going to want to do, their priority is going to be stopping the foreclosure and taking the debt off their back. And that's where you'll see that the focus will be for many, not everybody, but if you find those people, then that'll be a good candidate for, as long as you find the right house, of course, that'll
Right.
be a good candidate for you for your group home business. So I think it's a perfectly fine strategy as long as you have a seller that's not in some sort of circumstance that needs to have their mortgage paid off for some reason.
Right. It would obviously have to be the right circumstance
Right.
to do that.
But I do believe if it comes true, what I believe, as far as the wave of pre-foreclosures coming, I think that you're going to have a lot to choose from, potentially.
So, so can landlords not kick people out of their out of the house? Excuse me, evict tenants until the first of the year. Is that right?
If it's so, I don't do a lot of landlord stuff, so I don't remember exactly what the rule is, but there is if it's a government, I believe it's government backed financing, then like FHA loan, then there
Yeah.
is a moratorium on those evictions.
Oh, I see. Okay.
If you find a home, if you have a home that's owner financed, if you sold it to somebody on owner finance, you can foreclose.
Oh, okay. I
That's
just
my
heard.
understanding.
Okay, I just heard someone on the call Saturday talking about mention that, and I didn't realize that was the case here in Texas.
Yeah. Martin Garcia can tell you, our attorney, the title company in the group, he would be able to tell you for sure what the rule is. If I was a big landlord, I'd be paying attention to it. I
Right.
had one eviction right at the very beginning of COVID, but I already had started the eviction before COVID hit and before the moratorium went into place. And it ended up she abandoned the house anyhow, so it didn't matter.
Hey, Kelly, I gotta call you back.
So
Yeah, I did see something, or Trump, when he signed his executive order, it did extend. I think it was set to expire. Maybe was it the end of
it
this month or next month? But
No,
it
it's this
extended it
month.
to the end of the year.
Yeah, it was this month,
Okay.
and I knew he was talking about doing that. So
It actually has kind of alienated me a little bit about wanting to go down the kind of like rental type thing right now. I mean, until we get out of the COVID mess, it's like, I mean, originally when I started getting educated about the beginning of the year, and it was like, I kind of wanted to do the cash flow rental stuff, but now after all this is going, I'm more interested in like the fix and flips and subject to type.
yep. Well, so when you say subject to, that's just the purchase side.
Right. Yeah. So it's like trying to do subject to, but find a property that needs work so that you can, take over the mortgage, do the work on the inside, sell it, and kind of like pay off the mortgage, and then hopefully make something on the back end. Is kind of like,
Right.
so.
Right. I do think though that, and this is something for everybody to think about, is that you always want to think about multiple exit strategies. So you may go into a deal thinking you don't want to rent it, but you may get a person looking at the house that is highly qualified as a rental and as a renter, and they may have extra money for a larger than normal deposit. So instead of 1 month deposit, maybe you get 3 months. And if you can see solid employment history, maybe they have a job, like maybe they're emergency, first responder type people. Well, those people aren't going to be unemployed. I mean, unless they get sick or something, but they're gonna have solid income or employment. And there are others out there. I did a sub two deal. I talked about this Saturday. I did sub two deal in January, but I didn't get it on the market for rental until right at the beginning of COVID. Well, she's a nurse manager. You know, I did get a double deposit out of her, but that was not just because of COVID, but also I had rehabbed the house, which is a typical thing that I do, is that I try and get double deposits on the nicer homes. So, but I did rent it. She's paying fine, you know, so I wouldn't say don't eliminate the rental opportunity, but it's got to make sense to you. Okay, who's got the next question? Welcome, James. You can go ahead and unmic yourself if you'd like to, as long as the dogs aren't barking and kids screaming and so forth. So we're just kind of open mic here, just chatting and, you know, trying to answer any questions for everybody.
All right, I've got a question, Tim. So I was very intrigued by the on the call Saturday, the training Saturday, about the I think it was your guest host was talking about door knocking, and I was very intrigued. I didn't know that anybody still did that, and he said it's very effective. Can you elaborate on how to do that, or have you had training that we can access?
I haven't conducted any training for that strategy. That door knocking strategy, though, has been around for many, many, many years, and a lot of people really like that. I'm just not a door knocker.
Right.
But it is when you can go out, find the neighborhoods that have a high foreclosure rate in them, and you can go out and door knock. You get a special door hanger, a flyer that just, like a pizza advertisement, hooks over the door handle on the front door. You can put those out, or there are people that, actually knock doors and talk to folks, and see if there's anybody that they know in the neighborhood that is in pre-foreclosure and can use some help.
So they just knock on every door in a neighborhood?
Yep. Now, other people are very targeted. There are people that will knock every door, but there's a lot of people that go out with a very targeted list. They have a pre-foreclosure list, and they're trying to meet. They're putting the personal touch on that contact instead of relying on mail. So again, it's something that I don't do, but I know there's a lot of people that do it and have success at it.
Okay.
Who's that?
Now
speaking?
there's other people that will go out and hire a service. There are services that will actually go door to door, put your flyer on the doorknob, and I don't know what it costs because it's been quite a while, but I had a student probably 8-10 years ago when I was mentoring all of Ron LeGrand students.
Uh-huh.
She didn't talk to me. She just went out and had 5,000 door hangers made and hired a service to go put them out. Well, can you imagine 5,000 door hangers all at once, what that's going to do?
So did she get a lot of calls?
She got over 100 the last I knew.
Wow.
And what made it worse, the bad thing about the whole thing is that she was completely overwhelmed with all that.
Yep.
It didn't bother calling most of them.
Right.
So she spent all that money to pay the service, to have them printed, to make the phone ring. Remember, when you're out doing things to make the phone ring, it costs money typically, and it costs her a lot of money. But she didn't talk to me at all. She told me this after she was already stressed and overwhelmed with all that. So I couldn't even help her at that point, because she just quit taking the calls. It was just crazy. I don't know why she did that, but she's no longer in the business, by the way.
Mm.
Hey, Tim, this is Frank.
Hi, Frank. How are you?
Good. Have you ever used the app Go Knock, and I think there's a couple other ones out there where it basically tells you, say you're driving for dollars, it'll tell you that house, who owns it. It'll automatically send them a mailer. It also sometimes uses text messaging. Have you used anything like that on your end?
I have not heard of that. You said it's called Door Knock?
Go Knock.
Go
Knock. Mm-hmm.
What about Deal Machine? Does that kind of fall into that?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like a deal machine. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I have Deal Machine, but I haven't implemented it yet.
Okay.
I've heard some people have had good luck with it, others haven't. So I said this a bit Saturday, but my main strategy has been direct mail, websites, that kind of stuff. My truck, my clothing, business cards. That's really my primary marketing. I've always done a lot of direct mail and stuff. So the technology is cool. I just haven't implemented it.
Gotcha. Cool. Awesome. And on
Has
direct
anybody
mail,
else tried any of those other technology tools?
So I messed around with Deal Machine a little bit. I didn't take a very big sample size, but I compared the skip tracing between what I knew I had for the information, because I get those real estate IQ leads, the foreclosures.
Yep.
So I was comparing their skip traced information with Deal Machine, and they didn't line up. So it kind of alienated me just a little bit on that part, because it was a mix. But I only did 10 to 15 properties that so that's not a huge sample size.
Yeah.
And I gave up on it. So that was my experience with it.
Okay. So you're going to see a lot of tools like that people think works. They advertise it as working. The one thing to keep in mind about things in Texas is that Texas is a non-disclosure state. Can you see me now? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been playing with. I punched the wrong button here and I couldn't see anybody. So if the tool that you're using requires sales data in any way, just keep in mind that there's probably some sort of delay in that data getting to you. If it's not coming directly from the source, expect some sort of delay between the real source and the delivery to the provider that you're getting it from, or maybe it's even 2 or 3 providers before it actually gets to you. Okay. Real Estate IQ, I spoke to Rodney about this recently, and I think he told me that their data is 1 to 3 days from the date published. So that's really fresh data. That's pretty good. For example, when you use RealFlow buys a lot of their data from other data providers. So even though a lot of their data is pretty current, the one thing that doesn't work in RealFlow is pre-foreclosure leads, because they are delayed. Of course, pre-foreclosure, you want to jump on those as quick as you can. So there is a delay in the delivery from that data provider to RealFlow and then to you. So for the pre-foreclosure leads, it's just not a very good lead source. Their other leads are pretty good. They're not same day or anything like that, but it says they update daily, but it depends on when their contract requires the provider to update to them, if that makes sense. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to compare those different apps and stuff with lists like Real Estate IQ. Next, who's got another question?
you mentioned direct mail. Um, who do you use, if you don't mind sharing? And I know just from research, definitely want to pick a targeted area. But do you start as far as like with 1,000, or do you start with a few hundred? I don't want to end up like that girl and
Sure.
have too much come in my direction, you know?
Right. Right.
As a new,
Is that a military flag I see there in the background, Frank? You,
that's my dad. Unfortunately, he passed away. He was a first responder. He was a firefighter for about 30 years.
yeah, sorry to hear that.
No, I appreciate it.
So to your question, right now I pretty much use two different sources. RealFlow has a built-in direct mail program, so it's very simple to point and click, and you can be doing 1 or 1,000 or 10,000 in a matter of a couple of minutes. So that's a real easy thing for me, and I like the price. They're 33 or 35 cents a postcard. That is between them and Click to Mail. They are both the most competitively priced that I'm aware of. There are other services that are about the same, but most of those have gone up. Click to Mail and RealFlow is the cheapest that I know of. And a lot of times I lean towards RealFlow just because it's convenient, because it's all systemized. Everything is inside my system when I do it. So they have tracking numbers built in, so you get a phone number, and it tracks to that number and documents it in the system and everything. Click to Mail is real simple too. I mean, you can upload your own card, create your own card. You can buy a list from them, but I highly recommend that you take the list like from Real Estate IQ or something that you have purchased and upload it to Click to Mail. They're both about the same time frame. It's a couple of days before they actually hit the street. RealFlow's is all new now. The other option with RealFlow is that they have a whole selection of pre-designed postcards, but now you have the ability to also create your own postcard on the fly as you're putting that mail campaign together. Okay. So that's pretty good. I like that capability, because if you want to do a special COVID-19 type of campaign or something, they don't have those pre-made for you. Okay. With regards to how many, I think that's based on how many you can afford to send and what kind of list you're sending to. But nowadays I prefer focusing on the pre-foreclosures, probates, and absentee owners. There's other people that like to go after liens and judgments and divorces and things like that, but I just tend to stick to those things that I've done a lot in the past. As far as how many goes, if you send 250 postcards, 500 postcards, you're not going to have a real high return rate unless it's a really good message on a targeted list. So I would be doing 1,000, 2,000 at a time if you can afford to do that.
Okay.
The one thing I do want to tell everybody is that it's really critical to make sure that the message that you're sending is appropriate for the target that you're going after. Okay. Don't send a pre-foreclosure message to a probate list. just as a obvious example, right? Make sure that it's really focused on the target that you're going after to be the most effective. So I see people just throwing stuff out there, random and stuff, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm a big believer in what I call sniper marketing. I want to focus in and go after the person that I'm really after, and not a zip code list and do the whole zip code. Now, there's one exception to that. Has anybody heard of Every Door Direct Mail?
Yes.
Okay. Every Door Direct Mail is a U.S. Post Office service. If they're around much longer, I don't know. but it's a U.S. Post Office service. Again, it's called Every Door Direct Mail. And what it is they have mail routes, I think it's called. They have very specific routes. It's not a zip code. It's something more defined within that zip code. And I'm pretty sure it's called a mail route. But
It is, and it's the 4-digit number after the zip code.
okay, thank you. So they have these routes, and you can go when you go look it up online, you'll see all the different options. But you can do postcards, you can do normal size, you can do the oversized, you can do flyers, you can do all those things, and you can either have it done by them, printed by them, or you can print it yourself and deliver it to them, and it will go to every door, thus the name, Every Door Direct Mail. So there's no addresses or anything that goes on it. It just goes to every address in that route. And would you like to know how to do it free?
Absolutely.
First off, it's been a little while since I looked at it, but I believe it's like 11 or 15 cents a door. That's pretty darn cheap, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, as far as the small ones, you get the bigger stuff, it's more, but it's really super cheap. But here's the way you can do it for free. And we've done this. Now, this is a little bit of work to do this. As a matter of fact, the Every Door Direct Mail business development manager called me last week, which I was surprised. I didn't know what that was about. And when I told her this strategy, she says, wow, I never heard of this. What we did was we took a regular sized piece of paper and created a flyer. One side of it was us. The other side, we went and divided it up into 8 sections and went and found 8 other business owners that wanted to have their business card, their advertisement on this flyer, and we divided the cost in 8. Well, that paid for ours. We did all the work, and ours was free. So then we went out and we went and set that up and had them printed, and then the post office delivered them for us. So we had, this has been a little while now, but we had several different types of businesses on there. You know, if you're going to go do something like that, my suggestion would be don't have anybody on there that's competing with you, right?
All right.
I wouldn't have a realtor on it, for example, but you certainly could have a heat and air guy, you know, a roofing contractor, you know, people like that might be commingled, you know, and might be to your benefit. Matter of fact, this might be a very good strategy to go do something with the sponsors of the group. Is invite all the sponsors to do something with you. That might be a great strategy, because as they're talking to the customers, they may mention about, well, they need to sell their house fast, or they need a roof on the house, or things like that. And you can help, you know, do business together and help each other grow their business. So that's a pretty cool idea, don't you think?
That is cool.
You like the free part?
Yes.
Nothing gets better than free.
Now, I will tell you, one of the reasons why we haven't done it recently is that it's hard to find people willing to invest in their business. We found it very difficult to get local business owners to invest the money. And in the end, it was costing like 8 cents a door to mail all this stuff. That's how reduced in price it become by mingling so many people together. But it was so hard to get people to understand that and be willing to step up and write you a check to go do it. But I think it's worthwhile. If you have the time and energy, it's worthwhile to go try that and see if you can't find somebody that would be willing to partner with you on it. Even if you found, you know, 2, 3, 4 partners, then that reduces the price that much more, right? You
Yeah.
start getting 8, 10, 12 people on that one piece of paper, the ads start getting too small. But if it still makes sense, we could have gone more than 8, but we just chose 8. But you start getting, maybe 12, 14, 16, the ads have become pretty small. So, and maybe you go talk to people and see how much they'd be willing to pay per door. If we go do this, what would you pay? Would a nickel a door, 7 cents a door, 10 cents a door? Is that affordable for you? And of course, when you go pick the mail route numbers, it'll tell you how many doors there are. So that way you know what the cost is going to be up front.
Gotcha.
So, okay.
Thank
Who's
you.
next? What else?
I guess I got another question on the direct mail piece, as far as like you mentioned the verbiage, make sure it is correct. I was listening to a podcast, and the guy on it said he was putting offers on his direct mail. And I guess he knew I guess a good ballpark offer what to make. Would you recommend something like that?
Well, I have never seen it until just 2 days ago, actually.
Really?
I got this bright, hot pink postcard. Give me a second. Let me see if it's on my assistant's desk. Give me just a second.
All right.
One thing I will say when you're going to do this is you want to make sure you hit that same person more than once. You don't want to just mail it once and do that. It's because you got to be able to generate familiarity with that card, in which they're going to throw a bunch of these away.
Right.
So you're going to have to make sure you do that. And then whenever you do the mail drop, the other thing is you want to make sure you mail yourself included in that mail drop, so you know when it's being delivered. And then there's a third thing. You want to pick the day where the least amount of stuff is actually going to be mailed to a customer, meaning Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays is when all the stores send all their stuff. Well, guess what? Your stuff's going to get thrown away because they're not even going to look at it. You want to pick a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday.
Okay.
So there's a couple things when you start looking at mailing that you're going to want to pay attention to that most people don't even think about. But always mail yourself. You want at least 4 or 5 touches before they're going to even touch or look at it. And I think Tim will agree that you want to have more than one touch. So look at the dynamics of when, where, and how.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
Can you see it? It's hard to put it in front of the camera. Can you see the cash price right there?
Oh yeah. Yep. I sure do. Okay.
I've never seen it until just 2 days ago, and
Wow.
That particular price on that house. This is sent to me for one of my houses, and for a wholesale deal, that's a pretty good price if that's what he thinks it is. But the retail price, the owner finance price, is about 185, 190,000. So he may have. I don't know if he's just shooting from the hip. What I have experienced is, aside from this, I've had sellers tell me that they've had a lot of investors go make them an offer on the phone that is quite high, but then they keep coming back and nibbling away. Well, we got to fix this, got to fix that, and before you know it, they're way down on a low ball offer.
Oh, that's cheap.
It's just ticking off the sellers,
Yeah.
So that may be what this strategy is too, is
Right.
trying to take that approach. They're really, if you think about it, I suspect the real bottom line strategy, the thought process, is making the phone ring.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line with any kind of marketing piece that you are creating, is you want to make the phone ring. And I don't know if you're familiar with the yellow letter. Has
Yeah.
everybody heard about the yellow letter concept?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what that yellow letter does, is it makes the phone ring.
Yeah.
And of course, it ticks off a lot of sellers because, you know, they get a bunch of them and they say, my house isn't for sale. Why you call me? Take me off your list and stuff. But there are people that do want to sell. And there are
Mhm.
some people that don't realize they're a seller until you ask them. So
Yeah.
you get them thinking about it, and you might buy a house when they really weren't thinking about selling. So that is one of the key things about any marketing piece, though, whether it's a text, an email, a website, a postcard, it is making the phone ring. So, and yes, James, I do agree. Multiple touches is very important because you want sellers to be familiar with your name, your company name, your logo, things like that, so that even though they may not need your help today, when they do need it next month, 2 months from now, 6 months from now, they think, oh, TMC Property Solutions. So very important to do those multiple touches. Again, that's another reason that I like Real Flow, because you can set up 5 touches all at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
whether
wow.
that's
Okay.
every other week, every 2 weeks, every month, every 3 months, you can set up 5 touches, and you can do a mixture of different postcards and letters. They have a miniature yellow letter, probably about the size of this, but it's the yellow letter template. And they have some other letters that you can mix in there as well. But they have all these different campaigns. They have probate, pre-foreclosure, absentee owner, ugly house. I mean, they have all these different things pre-written for you, plus you can write your own. Is anybody using Real Flow besides James? So I'm going to be doing a Real Flow Zoom call. I want to do it on 26 August, but I haven't confirmed that and written it up and posted it yet. But I would encourage you to come check it out. You know, it's a very large CRM tool, been around for pushing 15 years. I've been on it for over 10. So I love it that much that I'm going to start teaching it. And we do have a special offer in the group and the products page for the tools. It's cheaper. Nowhere else on the planet will you be able to buy or subscribe to Real Flow than the price we have. And that's only because of my relationship with Real Flow, working with them for 10 years. And I provide a lot of help back to them on improvements and troubleshooting and stuff like that. So I did get a really good deal for those of you that may be interested in it. But it's a powerful tool. Right, James?
Awesome. Yes, it's very powerful, and I'll tell you, probably one of the best that I've used, and I've looked at a bunch of them. It's probably one of the most in-depth tools that you can use. Their data is a little bit slow, but for the most part, I think they're going to make some upgrades. When I was talking to them about a month ago, they're going to switch over from the current website providers over to another one, which is going to be WordPress, which will make the websites a lot better. And because right now we can't modify some certain things on some of the web pages, which I kind of find hard to believe.
They are always updating and improving the tool. Websites is coming hopefully any day. So,
It was this month, so I'm just waiting on that.
Yep. Cool. Thanks, James. Okay, who's got another question? So remember, what these calls here are for members only. So thank you all for being members of the group. Appreciate that, and I hope you enjoy it. If you, I mean, I'm doing this for you. So this is a time for you to just get on here. We can talk deals, bring your deals to this call, and let's try and help you structure those deals. I I'd be happy to go pull up the website and show you some of the member benefits. If you're new in the group and you want to, learn more about where to go find things and that kind of thing. There are a ton of benefits, and I know that a lot of people don't use the benefits because they don't really fully understand what they have. So I'd be happy to walk you through that quickly. Also, there's you get a free website as part of your membership. There's a demo of the Pro upgrade going on here. I think it's today or tomorrow, where you can watch the premium features. Mike Jacka, the creator of this whole system, he gets online and he walks you through those premium upgrades. But there's three things that I really like about the premium upgrade. One is the seller net sheet. So when you're sitting down and going to make an offer, you can give this seller the net sheet on what they're going to make at the closing table, and they can see every expense and deduction in there. And that's a powerful tool when you can show them that. The other thing that's super cool that I really like is their offer generator. And I'm still trying to learn that system myself, but their offer generator will spit out 8 offers on every deal for you. And one of those deals, or a couple of them, is the subject to and owner finance deals. And it's all based on what you put into the system and the comps that you have and your repair analysis and stuff. And he's smart enough, he figured out a way that he hits calculate and generate report, and it's spitting out 8 different offers potentially for that house. So it's a very powerful tool. I can't even begin to do it justice trying to explain it. It's so many details to it, but you might want to watch that premium demonstration, and you should be getting the email to tell you when that is, but go check it out. They give you a really good price on the upgrade cost. It's not much at all considering what you're getting, and it's just so many different features to it. You also get a premium upgrade on your website. So now you can put YouTube video on it and do some other edits to it and things like that. So would you want to go look at the website and look at the group site and look at your membership benefits, or what? Any preferences? Any other questions?
I've got more questions. So
Okay.
Subject to the foreclosure leads and things like that, they're hit pretty hard. Are there any other strategies to do to maybe beat things getting on the list, or relationship wise, what's a good way to network and develop the right relationships? Or what type of people?
Can you start over, Jason? Because I'm not quite sure what you're asking.
Okay, so pre-foreclosure lists and the airship and all those lists, they're kind of a lot of people target them. So it's it's a speed. So there's going to be networking kind of opportunities to where maybe you can beat the list. What type of people for foreclosure can you talk to, or is there any legal issues with people revealing it?
There's no legal issues that I'm aware of in Texas. As far as you're asking me if there's networking groups of people that may be in trouble in pre-foreclosure.
Well, would it be lawyers? Would you go for lawyers that may be?
Well, you're going to have a problem with an attorney advertising somebody, telling you about somebody that's in fault. There may be an attorney that it's worth establishing the connection and the relationship with any attorney.
Okay.
That provides a service to his customers, and at least make him aware of what you do.
Okay.
He's not going to just randomly send you leads without talking to them and getting permission, or maybe taking your information and giving to them to reach out to you. But it is certainly worth going to divorce attorneys, probate attorneys, bankruptcy attorneys. and establishing a relationship, maybe do a nice letter, maybe take them to lunch. That could get expensive and time consuming, but you can go. It's been a while since I went and got a bar association list, but there is one, and you could mail to all those attorneys. But that could be a lot of money just trying to establish that connection.
Yep.
But certainly, meet any of them you can and establish a connection that way. Make sure you have a business card to give people. By the way,
Okay.
I don't know how new everybody is, but if you don't already have a business card, highly recommend that you get one and you have a box of cards with you everywhere you go. Don't run out. Don't go to networking events. Don't go to investor group meetings. Don't go out in public without taking cards with you. 20 years into the business, I still carry business cards with me, and different places, I drop them like breadcrumbs. I've had people tell me that, well, I know where Tim's been, because I drop business cards everywhere I go. So I would encourage you to do that. If you don't tell people what you do, they're never going to know what you do.
Thank you.
Okay, what else? Do we want to go look at member benefits real quick? Show you around? Are you all able to log into your website, into your members' website?
Yes, I'm good. I could get logged in.
Okay. So remember to go in there, log in, and you need to log in order to register for the events, so that do you understand that if you register for calendar events, calendar meetings, that when you attend the event, so if you register 2 days in advance and then you attend the event, you earn $5 REIA bucks for that month. Were you aware of that?
No.
So you get $5 credit in the bank, so to speak,
Cool.
when you do that, which is pretty cool, because then each month, at the end of the year, when your membership is up, you can actually use that credit in the bank to renew your membership with. So we had several people on the Subject to workshop Saturday that used their REIA bucks credits, because they religiously register 2 days in advance, which helps us for planning purposes. And when they check into the event, they earn $5 credit. So come the end of the year, if they went 12 months in a row, that's $60 a year off the top of their membership renewal. And you can also use it towards classes like the Subject to workshop. They were able to use it towards reducing their payment amount on the workshop cost. So it's kind of a cool strategy, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, no work involved in doing it. If you're coming to the meetings anyhow, why not get paid for it? So
that's great.
I'm going to just kind of walk you through the different sections of the members area then. But if anyone else has questions, be sure you chime in and let me know, okay? So you're going to have to log into your site. First thing I want to show you is after each meeting, for example, Connor Steinbrook's meeting presentation on YouTube video and marketing on the 1st of August. When he was all done with that, we take all the audio, video, and PowerPoint presentations and we upload them. So you can go to that calendar event and you can go clear to the bottom. And at the bottom is where all your downloads and stuff are going to be, where you can access that content for that particular month. Okay, that's one way to get here. But here's the monthly group presentation, and then here's the content that Connor presented at the class Saturday. Here's the YouTube video that we post about the meeting, and then here's all the audio files from that event as well. So you get audio and video. So if you needed to listen to it on your phone, you can put it on your phone and go listen to it that way. So that's one way to get to the content that that's one of your big member benefits, is having access to that content. So then the other way to do it is, once you've logged into your account, up here at the top, and let me just make sure. Why is can't move there you go. Okay, so you're going to come up to the top and sign in, and then you're going to hit the My Dashboard. And in the My Dashboard, another new feature that we just added was market data. So you can come in here, and we have a realtor in the group now that is going to keep the market data trends for Tarrant County. Unfortunately, it doesn't give us multiple counties, so we're going to do Tarrant County for now. That's the main county that we're in, and you'll be able to track trends and stuff in here. The other thing you have access in here for is here's the premium website demos. So when you log in, you see that must be already had the August one. So the next one's scheduled for September here in October. Then you come over here and you can manage your profile, manage your websites, your properties, your leads, all that stuff. And I have the premium site, so the property analyzer tools and stuff is all right here if you do the premium upgrade. So then if you come back over here and you click on this My Account button, and this is where you should go visit periodically to see what's in here, but you have manage your website specifically here. You have frequently asked questions about your website, but right here, your My Downloads, that's where all of the content goes that you have access to as members. So the first part of this is all the forms that I provide you that may help you. It's contracts. I got a seller's presentation kit in here. I got a wholesale and deal, how to find wholesale deals, free report in here. These are all things that I share with you to as a member of the group. Then you have some information on the property analyzer tools, an advanced audio file that Mike Jacka, the creator of this system, did, and he even did a subject to audio file again for all the members. Now it's not Texas specific, but it's another piece of training in addition to the Saturday workshop that we just did. And I was planning on sharing that as well, but it's right there in your members area for you. And then when you come in here, the members directory. So as a member, when you log in, you can come in here and you can connect with all these members of the group because you're a member. Okay. It's kind of like having your own built-in buyers list right in the system. So you have access to all of the paid members of the group. And then coming back here to the My Account again and past meeting files. This will show you all of the different classes that we've done since last August. Since April of 2019, all the stuff that we've done for education in the group. And you notice the green check boxes mean there's an audio file, a video file, and documents uploaded for each of those. Then over here, notice it says available. Yes, 174 days more, 153, 117. That means that it's counting down from 180 days. You have all this content here for 180 days as a norm. If you see one of these files, notice it says no longer available. If you see something that's really of interest to you, I can extend it for 24 hours. When I do that, you got to go download it and listen to it because I'm only going to do it once for that 24-hour period. Okay, make sense? So there's a lot of content right there, and why somebody wouldn't want to be a member of the group because you get all this content, I just don't understand. I mean, they don't get this going to a meetup group. So they have a lot of content right here. The other thing I've done to make it even easier is notice the past meeting video. So we have video in this page, but notice that they go away after 6 months. So when you come up here to this past meeting video page, I customize this. This is not a normal part of the members meeting. So this is an added benefit for you. You have links to all these videos on YouTube. Cool? And then there's a bunch of how-to videos and video on the premium features. Remember I was telling you about the premium features? Well, here's more detail on repair estimates, training videos, the seller net sheet, and a co-marketing agreement. Co-marketing is where you and I agree formally, you're going to go market my property and get paid. I'm going to go market your property and get paid, instead of just doing it verbally, which is illegal. By doing it like this, then you can help each other build your own buyers list. You need to go watch the co-marketing agreement video that Mike does. He explains it in detail, but he's a smart dude to write all this stuff and make it all work together. And he's done a lot of things to help the benefit the members of the group. So then the other place that you'll want to look at periodically is the resources page. I mean, there's blogs. All your group sponsors are in here. We're creating video now for all the sponsors. I've got 2 or 3 done. I did another one this morning before this call, where instead of just having a slide there, we're not able to meet and greet and talk at the meetings like we normally would. So we've created a little video with them on who they are, what they do, what their background is, and what they have to offer all the members in the group and how they can help you. So just click on that and go watch the videos that we're creating for each of the sponsors. This local resources, this is a page of links, companies that I have worked with and used for many, many years, and to help you, especially the new investors that don't know where to go to find things. There's a lot of that stuff in here. Plus, the very top of this section here is all COVID related stuff, most of it being real estate related, and the COVID impact to the real estate market. So that's right here under this resources and local resources, or you can also go to click on this COVID updates icon right here on the top of the homepage. Okay. And then if any of you are bloggers, we can actually give you permission to write blogs and post them on the group page here. But you can. I'm also looking for content. So if you know anybody that does good blogging about real estate topics, then we might want to add them to the list. You also have the product list. So all the different products that we have available for purchase. There's the Real Flow offer, the 6-month offer for all members. I hope that for the new members here, you have signed up for your 6 months free of Real Estate IQ, Fast CMA, Deal Analyzer, that kind of thing. And then the CATS program, and then Connor's YouTube video stuff. So if you missed the YouTube video training, you can watch his video, and then you can come purchase the package there. The Subject to form package is all going to be replaced and updated. For those of you that attended the workshop, I'm giving you the forms, and you'll see those in the next day or two, but it will go on the website for sale for non-attendees. And then real estate articles. There's a bunch of different articles in here, real estate related. Highly recommend, if you haven't been in here, come in and review these. There's a lot of good education in here for you on how to do different strategies and stuff in the real estate investing business. And all of this is available to you as a member of the group. There's nobody else around here that's providing all these different benefits to you, for the pocket change, the peanuts that you pay for membership now. It's like under $10 a month when you consider all the benefits and the credits you can earn and that kind of thing. So this is kind of a summary of all the benefits right here of everything you get. You also get discounts for attending the class. So, or for purchasing the class. So you got a 20 or 25% discount when you purchased the Subject to workshop Saturday. So this is just kind of summary of all that stuff. If you have any questions on it, feel free to reach out to me.
So actually, the blogging thing, I don't know if you have time to talk about it now or if you want to make a call afterwards. I'm kind of interested, and I'm generating some stuff for Real Estate IQ related to like census data, and then also affiliated with them more real estate specific. So, and it's all kind of like analytics, more sciencey kind of stuff. So if
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't need to go into it now, but yeah,
Okay.
I'd be happy to talk to you, Jason. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Okay, who's got a question? Any questions on benefits at all, or where to find things on the page? It's important to me that you're comfortable with trying to get around in here. There's a lot of people, believe it or not, that have never logged in and activated their free website. And it's a shame because, it's a fairly decent website. It's not too techy. It's pretty simple to get set up, but you need that website out there working for you to help you grow your business. So any questions on anything?
Yeah. So Tim, where did you say the offer, the software for the offers is?
The offer generator?
Yes.
That is a part of the premium upgrade package. So in here in my dashboard, you see the dates here for the demo. I can get you a demo link if you really want to see it before 8 September. But in this demo, he makes an offer to you. And like I said, I can get you the link, but he makes an offer for you to upgrade to the premium sites. And when you upgrade to the premium site, that seller net sheet, that offer generator, that's all part of the premium features that you get, which is right here. Here's the summary of all those premium features. So he's got video in here on how the repair estimator works. We have a lot of different repair estimators available to us. So Real Estate IQ, when you sign up for your 6 months free, did you sign up for that already, Mark?
The what? I'm sorry.
The Real Estate IQ package where you get free comps and deal analysis and repair analysis.
No, I haven't done that yet.
Okay. So highly recommend that you do if you're really trying to pull your own comps and stuff and do your own deal analysis. But that's one source for you, which is back over here under the product list. Just select the data, the deal analysis suite. It's in the top left corner. It says Real Estate IQ on it.
Okay.
And you'll get a link to go sign up there. And then that gets you 6 months to the comps, the deal analysis, and the repair analysis suite. In here, you get a premium repair estimator, and it's more detailed, but he gives you a video here on how that works. And then here he goes through all the key features of this upgrade, and he gives you a discounted price here. And I'll let you go through all these things and read about them. But I'm missing the other video. Maybe it's. So I've got this new mouse and it's kicking my butt, this rollerball. It's hard to get used to. Okay. So yeah, this is all the training stuff. I guess you don't have access to this. I can send you the demo link if you want to see it. But he provides a ton of training on all for the premium members and all this different stuff here. I know I'm just missing the link for all the different premium feature, but this part, I don't think you can get into it because it's a premium members section. Yeah, here's the seller's net sheet itself. The offer generator piece of it is something that you see when you come out of the after you put all your property information in. I know I'm just missing it. There's so much in here. I'm just not finding the overview on it, but I'll find it and send it to you.
Okay.
One thing I did not cover was the property listings page. For all you that have your website up and running for the group, when you post a property on your website, it automatically appears here on my group site. And that's to help leverage our marketing. So we're helping you sell your house and it don't cost you anything. We don't charge you for doing this. It's automatically connected here at this level. So when Michael posted his property on his page, it automatically syncs up here. And then all the marketing we do to promote the group, then people come in and see these properties in here. This is a powerful tool because not only is it promoted, so it's on his site, it's on our group page here, and then it goes on up to the realestatepromo.com webpage, which is the owner, the creator of this package. He has a global site that he promotes all the properties from the REIA clubs. He has over 70 REIA clubs using this group software package. So he promotes all those properties on that other site so you can see properties from all over the country. So pretty powerful system, and it's pretty simple to use, and we're trying to help you be successful by, selling your properties faster. You can come down here and search other states. So if you're looking for something in California, you can put in the details and stuff. So I didn't put any cities in there. Maybe nobody's doing anything in California. I guess maybe it's got to have cities or something in it, not just state. I'm pretty sure there's a technical problem here with this because pretty sure I've seen properties in here. Okay, I'll have to check on that one. But anyhow, in theory, you're supposed to be able to go right there and search. All right, what other questions do we have? Anybody?
I think I'm empty.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So I appreciate your time. If, keep your eyes on the calendar events. Like I said, I hope to announce the the Real Flow class coming up. I'm looking at September. I do not have, normally I'm 2 or 3 months ahead. I do not have a September event planned yet. However, the topic that I have in mind is how to be successful in your first 12 months of being a real estate investor. Does that sound like a interesting topic?
Yes, that'd be a really good
Be
one.
good for me. Yeah.
So, it's something that I've not heard anybody pitch. Yeah, we teach a lot about strategies and different methods and finding properties and stuff, but I'm thinking about big picture things, how looking beyond today, trying to find deals today, marketing, analyzing comps and all, websites and rehabbing and expenses and all that stuff. I'm trying to think about big picture. What do you have to do starting today and be able to get to month 12 and have some deals under your belt? So that's what I'm thinking about. Haven't committed to it, or it would be on the calendar, but that's what I'm thinking about. I'm happy to take any topics, by the way, that you can submit them to us via email or call the office and tell Pamela. But anytime you have particular topics, be happy to do our best to accommodate that. So, all right. Any parting questions? Ken, you've been awful quiet.
Had you unmuted there.
Any last minute questions on anything from anybody?
No, I'm just very interested in some of these things you talk about coming up, and appreciate you going over the website and everything today. There's some of this stuff that I didn't realize.
Yep.
So it's been very beneficial to me.
So I was going to show you that here at the top, I'm supposed to have all my social media icons and I just noticed they disappeared. So I got to go talk to support about that. But what I was going to do was take you out to the YouTube channel and I'll just show you real quick, Ken. There is a ton of video on the channel now, and several of them is about membership benefits. So you can come in here to the group page and scroll down here and look at these topics, but there is a couple in here about setting up your website and the different membership benefits. Here's one of them right here. Membership has its benefits, and I'm walking everybody through the different areas of the website and stuff. I'm trying to find, there was a newer one. I have heard some people struggling with certain things on the page, so I'm probably going to re-record the video about the members benefits. Here's one of them right here. A website demo right here. This is the one you want. Okay. Go watch this website demo, and it walks you through all kind of the same things that we just did, but you can go watch it again. So go check it out. Go record through there. I can send you the link if anybody needs it, but you can go Google, go to YouTube, and then just type in West DFW REI Group here at the top. And if you haven't already subscribed and liked to our channel, please do so while you're there. Okay.
All right.
I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to hold you back from going out and making an offer on a house, guys. So.
All right.
Yep, thanks for doing these.
Nobody wanted to say, yeah, I'm on my way out now to make that offer, huh? Okay. Well, listen, thanks again. Glad you could make it. And If you have any questions, feel free to reach out through the contact us button on the webpage, and be happy to help in any way we can.
All right. Thank you.
Go buy a house.